Hello, E. Pardon-moi. And welcome to the 5th episode of The Artist's Journey. So, this is, we're kind of documenting my development as an artist, going all in, seeing where that leads. Have an idea where it leads. Listening to a lot of motivational materials. Some people have differing advice on this point. Some say that you should keep all your plans to yourself as to not be discouraged by any unkind words. Never, what's the term I'm looking for? It's a line in a song. Never a something word, a discouraging word. Well, I already said that, anyhow. And others say that you should tell everyone that what you're doing, so I guess I'm sort of going it halfway. So anyone watching this has a special privilege of getting a little insight as to the development. So, as far as art goes today, as you know, actuellement, c'est les poteaux verts les artistes de Mélomonton. And although I'm not officially on this, I'm not on the map, I really have to sign up for the next time around. I went and this goes from Thursday to Sunday, but I'm just doing it on the weekend this time because that's the most productive days. The most people come those days, and I wasn't ready. So I went and visited a couple artists today, and that was really cool. The first one was this father and daughter team from Brittany. And who is it? It's Ronan and Leah Dwoden. Here's their card. So what the dad does is he goes apnea, freediving without any, breathing support. And I asked him how deep he goes, and it's from 10 to 30 meters. But he says he picks up these crustaceans, crabs, spider crabs, sea urchins. What else did I see? Oh, that sort of thing. And then what he does is they eat the crustace, the sea insect, and then hollow out all of the carapace, all of the shell there, and then wash it and leave it in the garden so that the bugs can come and eat away the little bits, and then clean it again. And then Leah takes it and decorates it. She decorates it with mostly this certain blue called Klein blue, or in French, Klein bleu, and also some gold leaf and stuff like that. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's sort of reminiscent of pharaonic art. But that was really, really interesting. They seem to have, it's nice that the father and the daughter can work together. I think their ages are similar to myself and my daughter, who's now at art school. And they had a little booth out in the rain. But it's really cool, and really cool little nook and cranny on Rue Relais here, not far away. Who else is this? Oh, this is, well, I'll go in chronological order. And then I saw Brigitte Hansen. Oops. So she's doing these sort of blurry oil, but she calls it oil emulsion oil paintings. And so I guess she was trying to explain to me that you thin out the oil paint in some manner, and she said it was a method developed by Leonardo da Vinci. And back in the day, she said egg yolk, but which is surprising because I would think it would be egg white that you thin the oil paint with. And so she's got this really sort of dreamy. This is not one of my favorite of hers. She has some more like figure studies and so forth, which are more compelling to me. But this is the idea. And with her was this other guy. Oh, I didn't get a card from him. His name was, anyway, he was doing some sort of printmaking, and he was explaining to me all of the techniques. And it's in this person's residence. Her name is Blanche, and it's just a magnificent, massive house, and the whole ground floor is dedicated to artists' atelier workshops. And then they live on the upper floors. It's really anomalous to have such a large space here in Paris, and that was right nearby. And then I moved along, and there was another place where there were, it's a yoga a Pilates studio, and I met Vero. She's doing this little bit impressionistic. She's super prolific, and charming gal. Spends her summers in Italy along a lake not far from Rome, and so we had a nice little discussion. She sits down at cafes and restaurants and draws the people and the place. And then I saw this guy Christoph. He was in the back room. This is what he's doing. What he does is he takes the oil paint and he used to be a pastry baker, so he puts it in those things where you squeeze it. I can't remember the name of it right now. And you can make the decorations on top of your pastries with that, so you can see some of the detail in his work is like that. And then he goes over it with paint and airbrush and so forth to give it to accentuate and put detailed colors in there. And he sells a lot of stuff in Dubai, and he made one of these, which is sort of a rainbow power pride flag type situation. And this guy in Mexico bought 3 of them for himself. And then downstairs, this gal Vero, crazy gal doing collages. You can't really see too much of what she's doing, but it was really interesting stuff. And so my recommendation is, si vous êtes à Paris, allez faire le tour de la Porto Verde, les artistes de Ménilmontant. It's really, it had some nice conversations with people, and unfortunately I went a little bit late because I'm preparing. Je suis en train de préparer moi-même mon atelier pour les Porto Verts qui aura lieu demain. C'est le 28 et 29 septembre, samedi et dimanche, de 14h jusqu'à 20h. Donc, si vous êtes à Paris, vous êtes le bienvenu. C'est 345 rue des Pyrénées. Et j'aurai un panneau sur la rue et sur la porte, et les portes seront ouvertes, quoi. So that's what's going on. And what else happened? Oh, a casting director called me today. So my main focuses are art, and that's like visual art or anything, and music, and cinema. And so I've been having casting directors just approach me. For years and years, I've been on this mailing list called cineast.org, and I've applied for a bunch of jobs. I started out doing technical work, like special effects, titling, motion design, things like that. But I also applied for roles in films that fit my profile, my age and so forth, and English speaking, whatever. And I ended up getting more and more roles. And so now I'm at the point where instead of me having to apply, I have these casting directors call me. Fantastic. And what else is going on? So, and then Juan is going to come over tomorrow, and we're going to have a kind of a jam during the Port Ouvert. I'm not sure how that's going to go because, we'll see how it goes. It could be a party, it could be a disaster. We'll see what happens. And then I'm going to publicize that tonight. I've been a little bit shy, I've been doing a lot of stuff. My new friend Henry in Nashville approached me. He found me on this website that I never even signed up for. And he looked at my work, he said he liked it. And then we had a Vizio phone call on some Google product the other day. And I've been studying his website. And last night I made a selection of 7 of my recent works. I'm only going to post 5 for the time being, and get the ball rolling with that. And so that will be a good avenue for sales, hopefully. And what else is going on? Oh, I need some of your help. There's a guy I'm on his mailing list, and he's giving away a bunch of money to people to establish businesses, but he wants to be paid back. And so I'm trying to think, how can I invest his money in my activity and generate enough to pay him back. I mean, it should be just evident. It should be obvious that if my first instance is, okay, well, if you cover rent, and I'm cool with that, because then I don't have to, fool around with looking for other sort of work. Although this movie work is good. If I could, get a few of those a month, that's good. So that's what's going on. Anything else I have to mention? Well, I think maybe we'll continue practicing this Lorraine Bleu song. It's called Proof Bullet, and it's Juan has specific bass lines that he wants me to play for it. So one part I like, but I'm going to add my own special modifications, if you know what I mean. So let's go through that and see what that sounds like. Oh, whoops. I just finished up some artwork, so I showed you yesterday that, here's a little, I was going through some old papers. Well, anyway, here, I'll show you this first. This one's called The Order of Maternal Glory. So I've got this mounted, put my name on it, put a last layer of varnish on it, put something there to hang it up on the wall. It's a recycled canvas, as you might be able to see from the previous image, shows through just a bit. And voila quoi. So that's kind of nice. You can come and see this for real if you're interested. And then there's this one, a little bit bigger. And these are both, this is called Grotte de Lascaux. And I signed this one, cleaned the glass. This is also recycled. Found this frame. And what this is actually a piece of my workbench tabletop. So what I do is I take notes and make doodles and so forth on that. And this one I thought was compelling. It looks like those old French caves with the cave drawings from 30,000 years ago. That was the idea that I thought of when I looked at this. And look, here's some people on a raft. There's a part of a glass here. Some little words. And so this, you can come and see this for real if you like. And then I was looking through some old papers, and amongst it, I came across an old self-portrait of mine. Wasn't doing great. And so I came across these. These are from 2013, but I liked them so much that I wanted to frame them up. Oh, look at that reticular activation there. So these are actually from, I took photos of these door knockers in the Marais, a neighborhood down here, the Jewish part of the neighborhood, and it's usually the gay area, but then the gays and the Jews, they often end up together, don't they? And so this is oil drawing. I varnished these, or fixed them. I didn't varnish them. And put them in these nice handy little frames. These frames are not recycled. I'm sorry about that. Here's the same subject matter but done in pencil. And here's a different one. I like this one. This lighting isn't very good. You got to come by if you want to appreciate the full effect. And then the same, but it looks like I was a bit tired, and this one is done in oil pastel. This one is mixed media. This is all sorts of pen, felt tip pen. I think there's some pencil in there. I think there's ink markers and so forth. So. Si vous êtes à Paris, vous êtes tous les bienvenus. Même si vous voulez prendre un avion pour un week-end à Paris, ça serait chouette aussi. So that's the art update, and now we're going to continue rehearsing for our upcoming concerts with Lorraine Bleu, which you can stream on your platform of choice in Paris, and then in Europe, and then around the world. We're doing concerts starting in November, I believe. I have a few movie shoots in November as well. These next 2 months are going to be pretty chock full of that sort of thing. This is the part that Juan wanted. Changes. Oops. changing the rhythm a little bit. This is why I need to practice. Seems like it should go back into the verse right there, huh? All right. The chorus. Seems like the chorus should go a bit longer. Got a little bit carried away there. Oh, it keeps going. But we won't. Good night. See you this weekend, huh? À ce week-end à l'atelier? L'atelier 345, rue des Pyrénées, dans la 21 de Paris, métro Jourdain. À toutes.